Breaking news! Breaking news! Local hero Chima Churin goes missing! Oh, will we ever see our favorite hero ever again? Probably not. Okay, what's spurred this on? Why am I doing this? Why did I decide after like 2 years, let's rebrand like completely? Because I did like okay, 'cause here's how it started, right? We had Chima and she was a chipmunk, and that's how we got the name Chima is because of chipmunk. And but from there, I'm like, I want to be a dog. So I made my character a wolf, and I changed it from there. And that's how we got to here. And then now, from there, we upgrade again. We change again. But this time we're not we're losing literally all of like the general like motifs. We're losing it all. We're cutting it all out. It's going bye-bye. We're going something new. And then you're probably wondering like, why? Why? Like what just I feel like the topic of rebrands is always so very interesting. It's like what motivates a person to change the character and change their persona when it's a persona they've been using for a while. And I feel like it's so funny because I've been thinking about this for like weeks, and then the whole Rin Penrose stuff happened on Twitter, and I was like, oh no. It was so bad seeing them get like dog piled on. But yeah, I was thinking about this cause I was just like, I'm gonna be honest, it's boredom. It's like 90%. No. It's like 50% boredom. 50% boredom, and then 50% it's just because I wanted to do it because I wanted to make some changes. Okay, so firstly, how did this new version come to be? Well, I don't know. Like I said, I was less bored, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, okay, if I were to do it, and if it were to happen, clean slate, none of my original inspirations, like a genuine VTuber sort of design, what would I make? And then I drew, and then I looked at the end result for like a minute, and I'm like, you know what? I'm actually really obsessed with them. I'm really obsessed with it because I don't know. I look, I look at her and I'm like, she's so cute. She's so cute. It hurts. It hurts. It is very much different from like my current model and like what my models have been because I was trying something new, and I think I don't know. Because here's the thing, right? I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this in the past, but I've tried this whole YouTube thing before, and I made a model there too. It was really cute. I loved it. I loved it a lot. But I guess it's a thing where it's like the more you do this stuff, it's like you feel differently. You like change your opinions about stuff. Like for me, because I have such a huge obsession with like eyes and like the inanimate objects being sentient, aka like her tail being sentient. Like I really like that idea. But it got to a point though where firstly, when I was making my new model, I completely forgot her handkerchief. There's one thing. Two things. When it comes to thumbnails, there's just like 80% of them I don't draw the tail because it's just for me it's just I don't wanna. I'm too lazy. Fault on me, obviously, but like still. It's a fault on me, 100%. But it gets to a point where it's like, well, if you're not gonna draw these certain features, then why have the features on your character, you know? And you know what? I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you know what? You're right. You got a point. You got a point. You know what? I gotta just let it go. Let it go. Moving on though, like, how did I come to this design and what was the ideas behind it? Okay, so I really liked, for starters, going into it, I'm like, I do not want her to have like dark black hair. I mean, I have black hair in real life, so that's why I gave my model like black hair. But it's like it's just it's so like dark that I didn't like it. Like even when I play like video games, like if they give you like the color wheel for your hair, I'll always make sure I lighten the hair to not be like completely black. So I did that, but also as you can see in her arms, there's a seal, and seals. Okay, I didn't really have a favorite animal. I used to joke that bears are my favorite animal. Well, I think they're cute, but like you know, I had a whole joke about it. I had a whole running joke about it, but I don't know. It's like I wasn't actually super passionate about bears. And then there's like one time I was scrolling YouTube Shorts, like maybe like 2 years ago, I came across a video of seals, and I'm like, oh my god. Like my heart absolutely melted, and then I just binged a bunch of seal videos, and I'm absolutely obsessed with seals. I do have a favorite animal now, and it's the seal. I love seals. They're so cute, and it's just like so gagged, so gagged, so gagged, so cute. Also, a funny note, I also really like snails. Seals are my favorite animals, but animals in general, a snail counts as a yeah. But another like favorite animal of mine, not to the degree that I love seals, is snails. Cause I don't know, I used to watch like I used to watch the videos where they just kind of like eat like cucumbers and fruits and stuff, and that just like my heart it just got 10 times bigger that day because I'm like, God, they're so cute. Ah. Yeah, okay. Anyways, back on topic. So I decided ultimately, I'm like, okay, we're gonna make her a seal. Oh, but fun fact, I was actually originally going to give her a tail, but I actually just started looking more into like seals and stuff like that. I just started looking more into seals, and then I would look at their feet, and I'm like, that doesn't really look like a traditional like tail. Not in the aspect that I've kind of known them to be. Yeah, they're not exactly like tails. They don't exactly look like tails. If and it's like after looking into it, they are kind of just more like little flippers. Like some seals do have like actually traditional like tails, but like they are just like flippers. So that's why I ended up not giving her a tail. Is because you just look at her feet. She got her little flippers, her little feetsies. Because in the final, I decided to add those little like spots onto like her ponytail and then onto like her shoulders. That's really the only changes I made to her. But yeah, I'm like obviously like the blue because blue's my favorite color. The white because white and blue are my favorite colors. Like just together. Like I feel like I don't like white by itself, but white with the blue is like my favorite color. I love that color. The little earmuffs, as a little accessory, and her hair is tied by like a bow, like a little string bow. And then you have the little cute bow in the back too, and it's like, she's so cute and a little wow. I don't know. The design encompasses like just a lot of things that I like. And then obviously you look at her face and it's like you have her little whiskers on her face. And then the different like one of the changes is that I gave her little like scars. Because I don't know if I've mentioned this, but like I have like 2 scars on my face. Except unlike hers, mine is on my forehead and the other's on like my cheek. But I decided to make her cooler, because it's cool to have like different they're in cooler places than my own, is what I'm trying to say. That's essentially like the quick rundown of like her design. I feel like I could do a bit more with it, especially with like the lower region, but like I'm just like she's beautiful as she is right now. I know this honestly, I feel like I'm talking it up of like this is such a this is a Rome tragedy, a Greek tragedy. Ah, how could you do this? But really it's like no, nobody really cares. And it's really just for fun. It's like I think the reason why I'm making such a big deal about it is because it's like I really do like Chima. I love her. She's so sweet. Um she's definitely like going to just become like an OC of mine because I just love I've always loved her. I love the original idea I had for her because when I first started all this, I really went into it with the impression that I would just like play up a character the entire time. I wanted to be like this loser who didn't know what she was doing, bumbling about, talking like shit and talking shit and then proceeding to get like her ass like beat essentially. The type to unironically say, I was chosen by the demons. They have chosen me as their chosen one, the hero to save the world kind of shtick, you know? But obviously when you do this for as long as you have, like your real personality does eventually slip out and then, you know. So I feel like he's just gonna get retired into an OC that I will hold very dear in my heart. And I'm going to put her on my Tomodachi Life Island and let her live her best life. Separate of me. But otherwise, with that being said, this is going to be the last time I'll be saying goodbye to you, fellow heroes, because I'm no longer I'm no longer a hero. I'm just a little seal guy. I'm just a little silly little seal, you know? Just a steely of a seal. Who knows how I'll feel like later down the line when I'm like in the throes of this remodel and I'm like, oh, I miss Chima, I miss my Chima, I miss my baby, I miss my daughter. I guess we'll see when we get there. But for now, here we are. Also, very much for the record, I think a big reason as well why I'm doing this is just because like I think a big reason why like it's because it's like why have the screen name change? Like why not just keep the name Chima and then just keep continuing forward? And I think it's because I've attributed the title of Chima very much to her character. Like this bumbling hero with demons in her tail, trying her best kind of deal. Like that name is so closely tied to her at this point that it just doesn't feel right to me to like carry it on, you know, when I've transitioned out of that like persona and background. And then obviously like I'm gonna write up some new lore for my new persona, so it's just it I think it's also quite very sentimental too, because it's like she's become her own thing now at this point to me. Like in my heart, she's become this new thing and this new entity. So it feels weird to take the name and then put it on something else. So that's also a big reason why like there's gonna be the name like the username rebrand. But yeah, yeah. I think that's all I really have to say. I don't know if I've made any coherent sense, but the point of the matter is I'm rebranding, and as of next week, Chima will no longer be, and I will be simply Rainy Ash. Man. Man. Also, I'm not gonna lie. This is such a dumb little note, but it's just something that I noticed. But there was a drama once going on Twitter that I was kind of loosely following because I'm like, ooh, drama, spicy drama. And then one of the people involved had a very similar username to my own, and then I just I hit the. I'll just put a picture up. I hit that face, and I was like, oh no, oh no. Why do we have such similar usernames? So you know, we distance ourselves as best as we can. No, that's a yoke. That's a yoke. It's something interesting I noticed, definitely, but like, collar tug. But yeah. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. I think that's all I really have to say. So, with that being said, fellow heroes, for the final time, I tell you as Chima, goodbye. That's a funny note though. Like, what's gonna be my intro and outro now? Because I've got it like so solid. Like, what am I supposed to make? I do not know. We'll do some brainstorming over the weekend, but for now, I'll see you later. Bye bye.